So for here, this is a 7-iron. I'm more or less looking for the window it's going to fly out of. I have a window. I'm assuming this is going to fly out of a slightly higher window than I'm used to. Yep. It's about a tick higher than I would normally hit it.
I mean, that was right on the money there. 6,800 RPMs a spin, 107 apex in the air, 46.5 degrees landing angle. You know, especially with something like 7-iron, can we get players closer to that 45 degrees or steeper, right?
Sure.
That's just going to help that golf ball fly, you know, nice and stable, and that consistency. Carried 177 yards, totaling out at about 180. So it's great stopping power there as well.
Well, I'm hammering it at an old age here. So we're over here at the driving range here at Lake Merced in San Francisco, doing some deep dives into some Titleist golf ball stuff this week. Basically golf ball marketing and everything we talk about on the podcast and everything that Jake and I talk about. You know, you have big platforms like Pro V1, Pro V1X, but there's performance to be found across the Titleist line. So one of the stigmas that, and I'm going to call it out, that Titleist has is a better player platform. And I think one of the things that we proved when we did the T100, T150 launch is that they not only have drivers for everybody, but they also have irons for everybody, and they do have a golf ball for everybody. You know, Pro V1, Pro V1X gets all the noise, but they have, as you continue to go down the line, they have different options for different players looking for different things. So today, one of the ones that I was very curious about is their Tour Soft platform. So for me, I want to find out what this ball does. It's a two-piece ball. Most of the balls in this category tend to launch a little higher, spin a little less, be a little bit more efficient for the players that aren't quite as fast, that aren't looking for Pro V1 Tour performance, but still want performance. Tour Soft is the ball that they created. Now you got to keep in mind that this ball's still made by Titleist R&D in the same plants as Titleist golf balls. So it's got all the Titleist DNA, but it's in a package that sits at a price point that might be a little bit more friendly to most people. But ultimately you're looking for peak performance at a good price point that anybody can go out and play. So I want to find out what this ball does. I've never hit it. We're going to find out here. I'm going to hit a few shots. I got Titleist Tony over there on the track, man. He's a Class A Titleist golf ball fitter. So Tony, what do we know about this golf ball? Just give me the elevator pitch.
Yeah, I mean, we covered a lot of great boxes here. You know, Tour Soft is it basically goes to show that we have, you know, excellent performing golf balls at various price points that are going to be, you know, beneficial for all golfers kind of across the board. And I think we really hammered on the big points that, you know, Tour Soft's designed by the same R&D team that works on Pro V1X and all the other balls in our premium performance line. And it's really great performance, and it's going to be great to see it on TrackMan today as we hit some shots.
Yeah. So I'm not even really looking for anything in particular. I mean, I want you to call out the spin and stuff like that. I'm not comparing this to any other golf ball. I just want to see what it does.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to look at this, folks, like I hit Tour Soft. These are the numbers I got. I'm not going to say I hit Tour Soft versus Pro V1 and Pro V1X or whatever other golf balls are out there. It's not the spirit of this. I just want to see what this ball does. First feedback. How does it feel? How does it fly?
100%.
All that kind of stuff. So I'm going to hit some, because I'm old and I'm all busted up, I'm going to just hit some 3/4 9-irons here just to get a sense for how this thing flies in some off-speed shots.
Really nice swing there. 7,500 RPMs a spin, 92 feet in the air, 46.9 degrees landing angle. You know, one of the really big things that we talk about, especially in the new Tour Soft, is we redesigned this ball from core to cover. You know, new dimple pattern for consistent flights, things of that nature. The elastomer cover, all those things kind of play and roll for nice, you know, steep landing angle, high launch, and also trying to optimize that low long game spin, maximize distance for players as well.
Which the nice thing is, in Titleist checks this box, every golfer is looking for what you just said. So, you know, a 9-iron spin for me typically is in the mid 8,000s, but it's also not launching as high. You know what I mean? So that number for all you gearheads out there go like, well, it's not spinning enough for a 9-iron. It is for the way that it flew. It is
100%.
Yes. Okay.
100%.
And I'm taking speed off of it too. This is not a full. It's not a full rip. So a little chippy 9-iron for me is going to spin in the high 7s, low 8s. Let's hit one more.
So good.
I'm just trying to hit it down by that white flag down there, Tony.
Looks perfect.
Okay. So now I'll hit something a little longer.
Okay.
So let's go ball to ball. I know it's only 2 shots, it's a small sample size, but like as far as consistency is concerned, because that's the thing with balls like this, sometimes the consistency isn't there. You might get the really fun numbers,
Right.
but over a big sample size. So like, were those balls pretty similar?
You look at those two, same ball speed, launch angle looks exactly the same. You know, you put a consistent swing on those last two, Johnny, there. Even that one was right at 8,000 RPMs a spin, 83 feet in the air, 44.7 degrees landing angle. So
Perfect.
we know we're gonna have no trouble stopping that golf ball onto the green, which is, we're placing such a premium on that.
Okay. So for here, this is a 7-iron. I'm more or less looking for the window it's gonna fly out of. I have a window. I'm assuming this is gonna fly out of a slightly higher window than I'm used to. Yep. It's about a tick higher than I would normally hit it.
I mean, that was right on the money there. 6,800 RPMs a spin, 107 apex in the air, 46.5 degrees landing angle. You know, especially with something like 7-iron, can we get players closer to that 45 degrees or steeper, right?
Sure.
That's just going to help that golf ball fly, you know, nice and stable, and that consistency. Carried 177 yards, totaling out at about 180. So it's great stopping power there as well.
Well, I'm hammering it at an old age here. Okay, we'll hit one more 7-iron, then we'll get the big stick. What I'm gonna do on this one, Tony, because obviously stock was a good number, those are good numbers, I'm gonna try and take speed off, and I'm curious to see what you think. I think a golf ball makes its money when you take speed off of a golf ball.
100%.
That's when they start to separate themselves. It doesn't matter what category it's in.
Right.
Even the distance balls, the good ones, have integrity if you take speed off. So I'll try to hit a little chippy 7-iron here. That's what I wanted.
Beautiful.
Just that little flighting. What I'm noticing, and I don't like the numbers are the numbers, but what I'm noticing is integrity downrange. Sometimes lower spinning platforms lose their integrity downrange. It's because they don't have any oxygen. There's nothing to keep it in the air.
Right.
What I'm seeing with that shot is instead of diving, it's floating down
Yes.
to its.
Trying to find that happy medium, even just hitting that flighted 7-iron there.
Yep.
6,000 RPMs a spin, 84 feet in the air, still coming in at 44 degrees land angle, 166 carry. Even just taking a little bit off it, you're still getting that control and, you know, knowing exactly what that golf ball is going to do.
Yeah, so to a back flag, I can hit that shot to a back flag and stop this ball.
100%.
You got tees too?
I got tees for you.
Holy
We got
moly.
everything.
All right, now user, just viewer beware. I don't know if I can really rip a driver right now, but we're gonna try. So, like immediate feedback as far as the user experience, because there's a difference between what that TrackMan says and what I'm feeling in my hands. Very soft, but good feeling off the face, so it doesn't have that, bang! You know, it doesn't have that in it.
Nice one there, Johnny.
That was good. Give that like an 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. More curious about the launch versus the spin.
Yeah, I mean, launch angle right there was about 13.5.
Okay.
2,800 RPMs a spin.
Okay.
140 in the air, 140 feet apex, you know, 268 yards of carry, 285 total.
Okay.
Really, really good.
Let's see if we can get one more. I gotta get a little more face on it here. That was a little on the heel. So that's why the spin went up.
Yep, just a
Okay.
touch.
Yeah, just a little bit. But we talked about this on the last video with the boys. That's a great ceiling for a mishit spin.
100%. We talked about how important it is to even look at players' mishits and kind of see what the numbers do, especially because we're not going to hit it perfect on the course every time as well, right? Gorgeous. Tight little draw there.
Okay. Interesting golf ball.
100%.
Very interesting golf ball.
Just going to call out some more numbers there. 15 degrees launch angle, 2,600 RPMs a spin,
Okay.
130 in the air, 269 yards of carry, 288 total. It's right on the money, you
Can't
know,
beat it, yeah.
all things considered.
You know, we get asked questions a lot on, you know, the Fully Equipped platform, you know, and Jake and I are going back and forth, or if Jack's writing an article, and people will ask in response like, what if I'm not a Pro V1 player? What if I'm not fast enough to do this? Or what if that's not really my vibe? Like, the fun thing about having golf balls in your line like this is, could I go out and play good golf with this golf ball right now? 1,000%, 1,000%. So what I would say, if I'm gonna be really honest, I'm sure there's nuance in this golf ball that better players would look for that this golf ball probably doesn't do at a high level as like one of the Pro V1s or Pro V1Xs, a left dash or whatever. But as a collective whole, any player, good or higher handicapper, can go out and play good golf. It'll answer all the questions. It may not be the best answers for every question, but it's going to give you a lot of good answers, which is kind of why it exists, right?
100%. I think it's a big testament, you know, to Titleist, the brand, the kind of work that we do, especially with having the same R&D team made in-house at our own ball plants as well. It's the completeness from tee to green that you get, and knowing that there is performance at every single price point in the Titleist lineup of golf balls. It's a big reinforcement for players that, you know, we want players to be playing their best golf, you know, no matter which ball it is.
Or which handicap you are, which stage in the gear exploration you are either.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting stuff. So, you know, one of the reasons why, and I said this at the top of the video, it's important for me and to me to relay to you guys, because we have a lot of golfers out there that are watching our videos that aren't really ready for a Pro V1, but they still want a great golf ball. This is going to offer you plenty of value
100%.
for what it is. So, gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. It feels amazing. I'd love to take this out on the golf course, see what it does out there. But I want to thank Tony and Titleist for coming out and visiting us today. I want to thank Lake Merced for having us out also. But if you want any more information on the Titleist golf ball platforms or any of the T100, anything they make, they got a bunch of stuff out right now. Go to Titleist.com. I got to say, over the last 5 or 6 years, maybe even 10 years, Titleist went from a golf club, like a premier player golf club company, to now 14 clubs in a ball for literally anybody. They've really planted the flag in that space, so I've got to commend them for that. Johnny, Tony from the range at Lake Merced, we're out of here.